Hi guys, I have some new Spellbinders stamps, house mouse stamps to share with you guys. I already have one loaded in my mini Misty. This one is Hats Off to You. The main image is, oh my gosh, I think that says Amanda. And there are 4 sentiments. The 4 sentiments say, hats off to you, pumpkin spice and everything nice. Oh, I could go for a pumpkin spice right now. Bountiful blessings to you and yours, and autumn greetings. And we have trick or treat 4 stamps. So cute. Mud Pie, Monica, and Friends. And that has 3 sentiments. Happy Halloween, trick or treat, official candy tester. Then we have Tremendous Christmas, which has Monica, Friend, Amanda, and Friend. And that says, have a tremendous Christmas, peace, joy, and love to you. You'll always be in my heart. And for that one, I don't know if you guys are aware or not, but Spellbinders has these new splatter effects. And one of them is sparkle, and one of them is raven black. So we usually take black or white paint and splatter it off of the end of a brush, but now we have these, they're ready to go. I want to open these up and show them to you guys. I don't want to make this video too long. I was just going to color one. But for that snowy effect, I thought, wouldn't it be cute to use this sparkle? I do have one more stamp I want to show you guys too. Let me show you the stamp and then we'll open this one up. This one is called Unwrapping Memories, Muzzy and Mud Pie. They're painting the ornaments. So cute. And this one says, Happy Holidays, Home for the Holidays, Unwrapping Memories, 1 ornament at a time. Remember, these are red rubber cling stamps, so you want to take the center out of your, the rubber, sorry, the pad, oh my God, I can't talk. The stamping pad out of your Misty. So I'm going to ink this up. I am using today Tim Holtz Distress watercolor cardstock because it is textured on one side and completely flat on the other side. So we're going to ink this up real quick with my VersaFine Claire Nocturne ink pad. And this is the dried up one, of course. And while that ink sets, because this is a, ugh, I knew that one was the yucky one and I grabbed it anyway. While that ink sets, we'll open up that splatter. But you can see this is completely smooth versus regular watercolor paper. The other side is textured, which has a texture on one side and smooth on the other side. That other ink pad, I should just toss it, and I keep holding on to it. Please tell me you guys understand why we do that. Because we think someday we'll need it when we know we're not. Okay, we're going to give that a set aside to dry while I open up this to show you guys. I desperately need to go and get my nails cut down. They're way too long. But I was on the road for a long time and I just haven't had time to schedule to go to the salon. Don't worry, I'm pointing the knife away from me, so I hopefully do not cut myself. Okay. All right, so this one is the Raven Splatter. Which you do want to shake this up, and you can see it's on like a paintbrush, and you can see as you flick it, there it is. There is the black one. You get instant black splatters. And this one, you can see all that shimmery pearl goodness in there. This one is the sparkle one. So it's not actually going to be white. It's going to be sparkle, but it's pearl sparkle. As soon as I can get this protective coating off. So we are very thankful that Spellbinders wraps everything up like this. We don't want this getting damaged during shipping. No, no, no. Okay. And let me grab a piece of black paper so you can see what this looks like. And I'm just going to shake it up again. Doing all that sparkle. Look at that. Hopefully you guys can see that. And same thing, you're just going to flick it. You see that? And I'll get that plastic off later. But you can see all that sparkle and shine. And I thought that would look so cute with the winter cards that we're going to be doing. There's the black. And there's the sparkle. So I'm glad they came out with this. So I don't have to get ink and ink blocks out and mix everything up with my paintbrushes and make that. No, it's all ready to go now. So Sparkle and Raven splatter effects. Okay, so I wanted to show you those. Okay, in the meantime, let's get to watercoloring. I did have one of my brushes out. Now I feel like I'm missing a brush. All right, so I've inked this. I'm going to leave everything in here while I color it. That way if I have to redo it, we can. I have my, where did my other brush go? I have my fine, medium, and bold watercolor brushes, or I did have them out. I'm missing one. But I have two sets, so I just grabbed another one. I think they all have water in them too. Yes, we're good. And then I grabbed my Zig watercolor brushes, and I also grabbed my Tim Holtz watercolor pencils. So we're just going to stamp out and color a couple of these and see what we like. I love as well that House Mouse and Spellbinders give you a colored version to look at for inspiration. Now on this one I noticed they masked off and turned the leaf and stamped it again on the left side here. You could certainly do that if you wanted to continue this over here. I'm not going to do that. I think I'm just going to color. So let's just do that. Okay, this should be plenty dry now. And I'm just going to open up my Distress Color pencils here. I only have packs 1, 2, and 3. I will try to remember to tell you guys the names of them. And all of this is available in the Spellbinders shop. If it's sold out at the Spellbinders shop, you can also find it scrapbook.com. I'll put the links down below for you guys. As I open my tins here. I say to you guys all the time that I struggle with my coloring. So I find this helps me when I have these coloring stamps to just kind of drop them all over the floor is a good way to start. Do something small like this to practice my coloring. And I find that, as I do it, I learn things here and there. I don't think I will ever be, one of the greats, but it's soothing to do little projects like this. I found my other watercolor brush that was on the floor. Okay. And learning to use different mediums like watercolor markers, watercolor pencils, these watercolor crayons, they all work a little differently. With these, I like to tap the tip of the brush and then color with them. So they're all a little different. I'm going to start with the leaf. So you can color with these and then get the paper wet and blend it out. I like to, this is out of set 1. I put them set 1, 2, 3, so it's easy for me to remember where they came out. This is set 1. This is Rusty Hinge. And I'm going to grab a medium. And where did I do my paper towel? Put it in the trash can, and I need it. I'm going to put that over here to the side. Sorry to move the camera there. I'm just using that to anchor. And I like to go tip to the pencil like this. Hopefully I'm staying in frame for you guys. Oh no, way out of frame. Okay. There we go. Like this, and grab a little bit of color. And then go to paper. And then that way, if I need more color, I can pick more up from the crayon. I know they're called watercolor pencils. I look at them more as watercolor crayons. And I like to keep my image nearby. Here we go. So I can kind of look at it for reference. Because again, I'm not great at this. But House Mouse makes the image. The artist has already done the work. And I think that's why you guys love these stamps so much. That's why I love them. They're cute. They're incredibly adorable. But they've already added the highlights where they need to be, the shadows where they need to be. So all we need to do is follow their directions and just add a little bit of color. So even if you botch up the colors, like look, the shadow is already on the underneath of the leaf here where it's supposed to be curled. And the highlight is at the top of the leaf here. So you really can't mess it up. And I think that's why I like coloring these. There really isn't a mistake you can make. And I like to do color pencils or watercoloring for that same reason, because if you have too much color, you can take some of it out with water. If you don't have enough color, you can just go back in and add some more. So you just go back in and do that. So that's what I like. I like to do it that way. So that was all Rusty Hinge. All right. So that was all out of set number 1. The only thing I don't like is these don't come out of the package very easily. So that would be my only critique. I wish there was like a little notch to make these cut out. If you guys know a secret to make these come out easier, please share in the comments. Other than maybe having one out already. Okay, so the next color would be Fired Brick. And I'm just going to go real light with the Fired Brick. And just add some of that to my leaf here. Give this leaf a little red tinge to it. On the outside a little. Mix it in. I'll probably add some brown to it too. I missed an acorn over here. That's okay. We'll get to it. All right. Now I'm going to add some brown. I'm going to go to color palette number 2. And I'm going to add some Vintage Photo. Kind of add some of that to the outer part of my leaf here. Like the dark shadows. This leaf is starting to turn brown. not too much, just a little bit. And I think the underside of this acorn. The acorn cap, I mean. Now I made the underside lighter, but I'm going to go a little bit heavier handed with the top of the cap. There is an Instagrammer who makes these pictures with little acorn characters. I will try to find it and link it. And he's on Instagram. And his characters are called like acorn something. And this little mouse putting these little acorn caps on reminded me of that. So cute. Okay. All right. And do I have a darker brown? I think in set 1 we have a darker brown. We have walnut stain. And I'm just squeezing and cleaning my brush off on a paper towel. Very little of the walnut stain. Very, very little. Just, again, just to add a little bit of shadow to the bottom of our acorns here. Not too much. Okay. Now I'm going to lighten this because I want to paint a little bit of our mouse. I don't want our mouse to be the same color of our leaves and acorns. So I'm going to go in with this and do our mouse, but I'm going to dilute it. So she's brown, but she's not the same color brown as everybody else brown. So she's going to be a lighter version of this. So by watering this down, you see how she's brown, but she's not a dark brown. She's a lighter brown, even though this is a dark brown color. By diluting this color, she's not that dark. I'm going to purposely go in and make her arm a little darker so that it looks like it's closer and it's a little darker than the rest of her body. Okay, but everything else we want fuzzy, wet diluted brown. I'm leaving her belly and her ears and her tail kind of left alone. Okay, she looks pretty cute. All right. going with a peachy pink. So we have Tattered Rose. I think that's what we'll use for her. That's in set number 3. Her ears, her little hands, her belly, her little feet, and a little bit on her tail. And these brushes I'm using the medium, but you could use the fine tip too. Probably should have went to the fine for such little details. If you hear that yelling in the background, that is my son playing his video games. I'm sorry. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. All right, so the next part would be the ground and the background. So I think the brown or the green, we're going to use a little bit of Rustic Wilderness. Do I have like a moss green? What do we got over here? We have Peeled Paint. Peeled Paint is in set number 1. Okay, I'm going to dilute this a little bit too. So as I dilute it, I'm going to squeeze a little bit out of the brush to kind of water it down. Okay, so we have our ground scene here. And then as I go up, I'm going to bring in some of the lighter blue, also from set 1, which is Speckled Egg. And I'll probably cut this down. So I don't need to go all the way. And then of course, you know, I'll stamp my sentiment in there as well, but this will give us our kind of our background as our ground layer and then fade into our sky. Probably should at this point move to the bold brush. Okay. All right, so that looks pretty good to me. And I would just give that a couple minutes to make sure that's dry, and then I would pick one of my sentiments and stamp my sentiments on that. But that one is Hats Off to You. New release from Spellbinders House Mouse. So that's that one. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching me color that one. If you have any questions, you can post it down below. And subscribe, and catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.